Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome. It is Friday, Wednesday, April 24th, 1:49. Making a video, man. That's right. We got to figure out what's going on with this market. I think I was MIA yesterday. Yes! Just not feeling well. Gosh, man. I just been mentally under the weather. Mentally under the weather. Does that make any sense? Have you ever felt that way? Comments below. Anyway, right now as we speak, the Dow is up 69 points. Yeah. All right. Make sure that's looking good. So where were we going? And you see, I still got my fib retracement up on this SPX, and this is the 4-hour chart. We kind of went below that line I was talking about. I'm going to get rid of this drawing right here, that little consolidation area, because we are still basically in this consolidation area, just hovering around the 50 retracement. I'm like, hey, ain't we going to make a move towards the 61.8? Yeah, I don't know. Hang on there. Hang on. Even though we crossed over, which makes me feel that now we're going to go down before we're going to go up, it's still kind of hanging in there. If you take away that trend line action, hey, what's up, trucker the door? We talking stocks here. If you take away this that trend line and just kind of concentrate on this consolidation period, it's basically bullish. We had an up move and we're consolidating, waiting for the next up move. There could be a lot of pressure. It's going to be a lot of pressure coming up or down from this, but the only negative I can see is just we kind of went through the trend line and we didn't even come back up to test it. Maybe right here, and it got quickly rejected. Let me get rid of that drawing I just drew. See right there, we got quickly rejected and now we're going sideways. So I don't know. I would have liked us to see us get above there and like maybe this was a fluke, but we crossed and we're below, right? So possibly the next move is lower. But, I got bullish trades on. Why? I don't know. I don't know why I'm bullish. I don't know. And my bullish trades are selling put spreads that's deep out of the money, like 2,300, so way down here. But of course, if we just start breaking down, those put spreads will start losing value. Look at this slow sarcastic, just kind of giving it up right there, just kind of looking lame, going sideways, no crossover action there. So, I mean, that's good, right? What I was looking at, and I had said in my little thing, Tesla, I'm still kind of bullish on this stock. Even though it blew me out of my position, I was bearish, but then it's kind of came right back and it's holding up. This is truly a bull flag. I mean, it's getting overextended. Let me just draw it like that, right? It's getting overextended. Hopefully it makes up its mind, but it just seems like it wants to blow up, right? So it came down here, blew me out. It took it right back, and now it's just going a little sideways move. Yesterday's, here, I could pull up the daily and show you something. That's the 4-hour. Actually, no, I thought this was yesterday's candle. I thought the volume was a little weak, but no, it's strong, a little stronger than I thought it was. But it's not above average volume. It's below that. So let's just see. This is Friday. I don't know if we want to go long into this weekend or not. I noticed the SPX, I was just on that chart, is starting to run. Look at this. Look at the chart over here to my left. See how that's the minute chart. So I could bring that over to the right. And look, it's starting to run. It's starting to break out of what's happening today. Here's where we opened, way up here. Does it reach that and give it up? Or that line is off, okay? It's off a little bit, but does it reach there and give it up? Or do we blast through and everybody's buying into the close, hoping for a good Monday? I think last Friday we bought on Friday, which was like, well, okay, nobody's caring about the weekend anymore. I guess not. Truckers 202. Tesla's earnings next week. Yes, it is. And Deborah Fabulous 5. You're under Deborah's Fabulous 5, babes. But hey, babes. Yeah, what I did, and I normally don't do this because I don't know if it's a revenge trade or what, but I bought a call. I don't know if I'm going to hold it until earnings. Here is my call. Is it all right? It's up $10. This right here, I bought a Tesla call for next week, 7 days out. It cost me, what was the trade price? 4,900 basically. It's kind of, look at the data. That's this number right here. It's saying I'm going to lose $300 a day. Now that counts. That's Saturday. That's Sunday. And by Monday, I'll be like $900 in the hole. I don't believe that number because it's an earnings week, right? So I bought it, was thinking it was going to close high. I'm thinking that I'm going to pull up my 4-hour chart again, that it might run into earnings. I don't think I'm holding this into earnings. It's just too risky. But I'm trying to play a run into earnings. I don't think that I'm going to lose that kind of theta. I might, but I don't think so because earnings, right? So the volatility is going to stay inflated until this day is gone. And this is, what is that, the 29th? What day is the 29th? Wednesday. So I normally don't do this trade. I don't know why I did it. I think it's just revenge. I don't know. I'm trying to play maybe a possible little run into it. Will it run out of it? Will it tank? I mean, anything could happen. If the market's down on Monday, yeah, this can come right down with it. But if it's up, it might catch a little bid just because it's going into earnings and and everybody's all excited and whatnot. I'm not liking the way this Sol Stochastic is looking. I'm liking the volume here. See this? I'm liking this. So it's a hit or miss. I don't know. I just feel it's going to be a lose. I don't know why I put it on. I really don't. So that's a trade I put on, and hopefully I can catch some action. I want to get out. I want to see it go up here just before it reports the 750 area, and if it does, I am out of there. I'll take my 1,000 or whatever that's going to pay and be gone. Hopefully I don't lose too much. Hopefully it doesn't come out of this range. If it goes down to like 688, I will have lost. I don't know though. I don't know, man. Those numbers, when you look at the theta and the vega and the delta, well, delta is always good. During earnings week, they skewed. They're not skewed, meaning they don't be accurate because of earnings, So I never sell options on an earnings week, meaning, like, let's say I sold some put spreads, like the, say, 650 to 600. Let's say I sold that on an earnings week. That's not going to lose any value until after the earnings, because the day of the earnings, it could easily be down there, right? That's how I know, So I wait until after earnings, see the play, and then I go ahead and put those kind of positions on, and then I'm getting that decay. But until that date, man, anything can happen. This thing could be up 100, down 100. Let me see what they're predicting. Right there, 104 points of movement as of today, as of right now. So basically, by expiration next week, this thing could be 818 points to the upside, or 600, about 610. Okay, so between 610 and 818. Which way do you think it's going to go? Well, the chart is saying that it's going up. Because why? Because we've been going up. It's just really that simple. So it's just going to continue the motion, right? And I think the more hard trade, what did I say, 610? So here's the range, 610 and what did I say, 18, something like that. It's going to be in there. That's the swing, and that looks like about right? I have a feeling whichever way it comes out the gate, when it earns, it will continue to move in that direction. So that could be a possible play. Let's say it opens up at 800 because whatever reason, it probably keep going to 850 and whatever, and maybe even make a play towards the all-time high. If it breaks down, I don't know if they'll continue. I think it will continue maybe for the rest of that day, but I think buyers are going to want to get in. I think people want to get in the stock long term. It's just my feeling. I have no data, but we'll find out. We'll see. Anyway, you said you bought some American Airlines. What do you think about them? Well, out of all the airlines, I like Delta the best. They had the best financials, the best fundamentals. What What is the prediction chart? What's the prediction chart? I don't even know what that is. Wow, that's American, and it's still heading lower. You know, I'm just looking. This is the 4 hour, and if you do, I don't see any sign of it going up. Like, to me, when I bottom fish, when I catch that falling knife, I want to see I want to show me that you're ready to go up, right? I don't really see that sign yet. This is the long term is starting to flatten out. You have support right there at the low. Today is a good day, so that's good. But you know, I'm looking at this 4 hour chart, and it's still kind of trending down. Let's see if it can break that line I just drew. That's when I like to catch a falling knife. I want to see it show me some kind of positivity, something that says this could be the bottom. But I don't really have that yet. It sees trending down. The longer term trend is down. It looks like it should. I mean, it's totally oversold. Let's look how that compares to Delta. Delta has a little bit more flattening to it, if you see it, right? It's still heading down. I'm trying to get a good chart here. Yeah, it's still, yeah, I'll kind of keep that above there. It's still heading down, so that's not showing me anything either, but this one has a little bit less flattening to it. So if there's any airline play, if there's an airline play that's going to lead, it's going to be Delta. Delta's going to be the leader because it was the leader. And that's my opinion about that. These stocks are ugly, man. Gosh. But for long term, if you're trying to, you know, put some Delta in your portfolio and you got years to come, and you know, only thing we have to hope is these airlines don't declare bankruptcy. And some people, I think they're forgetting about that. If once they declare bankruptcy or whatever, your stock is worthless. It's worthless. It's done. We have to be careful about that. And so that's what will actually worry me about airlines. I don't know what kind of debt they have on. So I'm speaking strictly charts and just about declaring bankruptcy. There's nothing that says that they're going to make it out without taking that action, you know. And I think that's why they still depressed like that, because we just don't know. They might be, the planes ain't going nowhere, but it might be a different name on the side of those planes. So we got to be careful and just kind of realize that. So that's my opinion. But yeah, to me, they flyers, you know, if you want to, flyers, airlines. Anyway, but to me, if you want to take a flyer, yeah, go ahead and, yeah, sure. Look at if you pull out the weekly, you could see it's, you know, it's just kind of came down to the ground and just hanging out there. And to tell you the truth, this right here is a bear flag, right? Look at it. It's the perfect bear flag. Can I clear all these lines out? Let's do that. Right, I'm looking at the 4 hour chart, and then, gosh damn, don't that look like a bear flag? I mean, I'm just drawing it. Right. Okay, something like that. See, that basically says that pattern means lower. I'm just saying. So be careful. Yeah, there you go, man. I still don't know what the prediction chart is. The SPX, did I even talk about that? Oh yeah, look at, wow, it's making some headway. All right. Yeah, I just want to see it get above that line, even though it's starting to mean nothing because it's not doing it. But yeah, I mean, that is the trend. Do I have to redraw the trend to no, that trend sucks. Even though if I were to clear all this stuff out and I were to redraw the trend based on what we just hit, right? We do have 1, 2, 3 touch. So maybe that is the new trend line, because the more touches, the more stronger it is. So maybe you can draw a new trend line. Look at over here to the left, man. It is really picking up steam. Dow's up 134. Where did I start the video? It was up 140. So maybe we're going to buy. Maybe it's going to be one of those days going into the close. So my old trend line was right here, and it broke through, and now it's kind of hovering. But we got 1, 2, really only 2 touches. It gapped down above that one, but it gapped down right at the trend line. So it's still making up its mind. We're in this pattern, and that's why I said maybe those trend lines don't count anymore, and it's consolidating. And once it decides which way it wants to go, that's the way it's gonna go for probably a few days. You know, at least this is the daily. I like bringing. I really like the 4-hour chart. You know, you just get a little bit more data in the same patterns. Yeah. So look at this. This consolidating in that range, and it's right in the middle of that range right now, and it's just gonna decide. Look at the 4-hour. Look at the 50 period moving average. Right. It's starting to go upward. We already had the crossover with the shorter term. That's the 9. And it's still above the longer term. So it's bullish still. You know, it's kind of, but it's just taking a pause for the cause. You know, maybe there's going to be some good news coming out next week or something like that. Trucker 202 used a prospective number. A stock will rise or fall. What was that? Oh, okay. I'll talk about that real quick. All right. So with options, it gives you the I can't. All right, I'm not going to get the terminology right, okay? But it gives you the expected move, right? So if you, these are the option chains, right? Let me get rid of that. Maybe I'll even get rid of me so you can see a little bit better. These are the option chains, right? The May 1st, 8th, 15th. This number right here is, you got 7 days for it to expiration, 14, 21, 28, 35. So this is the dates to the left. In the middle in parentheses is the days to expiration. To the right here is the volatility of each of these option chains, right? So May 1st has 123% volatility. That's huge for selling option. These things are moving. This is what you want to sell. This Tesla, man. You're getting paid to sell options. But anyway, it also implies high movement. And what that movement is being implied is right there in the parentheses. It's saying by this expiration, May 1st, which is 7 days from now, it's expected to move 103 points. The same for the next week, May 8th, 14 days expiration, is expected to move 136 points. If you even come down here 2 years from now, it's expected to move 1,259 points. And that's based on volatility. That's based on the volatility and all the mathematics behind it. I can't understand it. I think it's like Black-Scholes or something like that. Don't quote me on that, but it's a mathematical formula that they use to protect the options movement. Now, there's another way you can do it, and I will kind of minimize myself as well. You go to the at the money option, right? And see, Tesla's 715, so it's perfect. You go right here, and you add this price, you know, the bid ask, we'll call it 49, plus the bid ask on the other side straight across, right? So that's 49 plus 49, basically that's 98. So you see, we're close, 98. It's saying it's going to move 98 points looking at the chain just by adding the at the money strikes on the call side and the put side. But the actual math behind it is this number right here, the 104. So that's you could look that up for anything, we could look up the SPX, right? Let's look that up. Let's see what it's gonna expected to move this week. And those numbers are always updated second by second. Like, look at here. This is the SPX. For this one expires today. And it's saying it's going to move plus or minus 16 points. Now, this is plus or minus. So that's the range, okay, that it's expected. So it's not necessarily to the upside or the downside. It has that kind of volatility where it can move up or down 16. And that's how I expand it. That's how you look at it. It's on all option chains. Not necessarily all brokers will have it. I'm sorry, I got serious indigestion. I'm doing burps and stuff. All right, so it has not all brokers will have this, but they won't have it laid out like that. Brokers that trade options, they should in some kind of format, but if you got an options chain, just go to the at the money strike. And that's usually there's a color difference or something going on there, and just add these. See, 7 plus 7, right? That's 15. And see, we got 16. So that'll give you the expected move of anything. And this one is good because it expires today. So they saying this thing can still move, even though we got 2 hours left. It could still move plus or minus 16 points. There, did I explain that good, Trucker 202? You say, you get it. Hey, look, I explained something. I usually suck at that. But yeah, and they all right there. So Tesla, if you think, and let me tell you something. It doesn't have to do any of that. Like when Tesla reports earnings, and you could see let me go back to Tesla. Tesla is always a stock that moves. So you can see next week the implied volatility is 123% versus the next week, which is 16. Now these are all kind of elevated because it reports next week. But see, you can see like today, it's only 31%, right? It's only expected to move another $8. But next week, man, this thing's going to be rocking. And then you can see how it's higher than the other weeks. And then once we get this out the way, next week, these numbers will come down slightly as well. Overall, on Thinkorswim, the implied volatility is, well, it's right here, 109.21. This is the VWAP, the weighted average price, the volume weighted average price, 710. That's today. So most people got in at 710, and most people today are making money because it's 714. Generally, that's a spot that if price crosses that, it's usually considered a sell signal. Basically, people that want to get in, like the big broker, the hedge funds and stuff, that the ones that got the clients and they got to buy hundreds of thousands. Anyway, they want to get their clients in at that price. If they get it in above that, they pay too much. Below that, of course, they got a deal. So that's why that's kind of important. This current IV percentile, that's kind of important as well. Let's just call it 50%. So it's basically saying if the stock, basically the IV is about half the percentage higher than normal, right? It's about, so if IV is normally 100, so it's about 150. Does that make sense? It's about it's pretty high, about half the thing. That's like a weird number. The higher this number is, the better it is to sell options, right? I shouldn't say the better, but you have a better chance of success because you're getting good juice on them, a lot of meat on the bone on those options, and would say Tasty Trades study, what do they call the Tasty channel? Whatever the hell they call it. With all of their studies, that's where they look at, they want to trade stocks that's above 50% current IV percentile or rank. And with all these studies, you generally make out better than lower IV rank. Does that make any sense? I'm not good at that. I have a problem. I totally understand it. But as far as me putting it out there with my mouth, I suck at that. So, yeah. Anyway, you can see my green thing says I have a position on that Tesla trade, and I think it's losing money. Look, see, I'm down $145. But I'm waiting for the pop next week or the drop. And you can see the rest of my positions are up. I'm up 480 for the day, even with that $125 drop. And these were all selling options. This IYR, I got an Iron Condor on that. I can't believe it's making money. It's up $75. You just got to sit there and watch those things do nothing. It takes forever for it to make money. So anyway, so here we are, and I'm expecting a pop. I don't know if I want to keep risking that money on the table. I don't know. I don't think so. They already burnt me once, and it's really a total guess when you buy a call or buy a put to know what it's going to do after. It's really a total guess, and it's gambling. But looking at the charts, it's really telling me it wants to go higher. This is the first earnings. If you remember here, the earnings, this was, what day is this? Where am I? On the 29th. We had earnings, and that's when it went from 580 or whatever all the way up to 1,000. Well, there hasn't been. This is the next earnings since then. Suppose it's better than there, or they maintain it even throughout this the virus thing. Maybe it returns to 960. Look at what some of the options are pricing next week. Let's look. Let's say you want to buy the option, the $1,000 option. That's going to cost you $276. That's 300 points out the money, and it's going to cost you $200 for that. Look at going down. This is probably want to sell. Look at that, man. I don't know, 565. If you think it's going to go below 150, 160 points, that's going to be $5 it costs for that put. That's expensive. And that's why it's good to sell that, right? Sell that option. It's almost like free money. But it can reach there. And I learned that the hard way, thinking, oh, man, I'm way out the money. I got the 10% right here. Delta, sometimes they consider that as percentage. I got the 10% Delta, 650. Oh, I'm good. That generally means that you have a 90% chance of being right? 10% chance of being wrong. And you think you're getting paid well for that. Look, you sell that, you get $650. Wow, that's great, man. And it could reach there. The reason why it's priced like that, because it could reach there, So, yeah, I learned that the hard way. But that, man, I got to say, that's probably good money. I think if Tesla goes down, I don't think it goes down to 580, 560. I don't think it goes that low, because I think a lot of people still want to get in. But it could do whatever it wants to do. All right, so, man, we talked a lot about Tesla, but I don't want to say anything. Yeah, so that's what's up. That's how it works. So the market, looking at it, yeah, I think it still goes higher. You know what, man? I was looking at, what am I on, the minute chart? That's the weekly. I was looking at the news, and very depressing. And you know how I say don't listen to it. I watched the NBC nightly news last night. I'm depressed. I just like, how could this thing go up another $1? I really feel that way. This world, there's no answers. It's terrible. How? What's going on? Gilead's, let's look at Gilead's thing. Man, there's total fraud behind that thing. But Gilead's, they up today. Okay. Look at what happened yesterday. It even got halted. It was $83. Came out that test was phony baloney. It sucks. Anyway, it went from 83, what's the low, to $74. When this thing dropped, oh shoot, I got the wrong thing on. It dropped approximately, 11% for the most part in a minute for the most part. And now it's making some gains back. That would have been a good buy. I wasn't ready for that. I didn't have no money to buy it anyway. But yeah, so that thing sucks, who knows what's going on. I think a lot of that's BS. Oh, it works, it don't work. I don't think anyone knows. You got INO that's testing people. I thought about getting this on a little earlier. Somebody on my channel schooled me about INO. Now I know a little bit more about it. And these guys are already putting a shot in people, okay? And they really think they got the answers. Right here it says, yeah, INO should spike the suspect, but where is that? Is it 6 coronavirus vaccines under trials? I call it INO. Inovio, however you pronounce that, it's possible for coronavirus vaccine to be ready 12 to 18 months. Now that I use that word, this video was totally unmonetized. Doesn't that sucks? Like, it's terrible. Anyway, so that's why this one is running. It had some success up here, came right back to reality. Now it's doing it again. Almost, let's bring it back to Tesla. Almost looks like Tesla. Pull up the monthly, right? Well, it's a little tight. But the weekly, it's almost the same thing, right? It was up here, came down to reality. Now it wants to head back up. INO. It's doing the same thing, but quicker. And this thing has just been, I just wasn't on the computer because I would have bought a call. I had a feeling I was going to do this today. Thing is up 22%. That was easy money, I think, right there. But I missed it. And look, it's just been trending all day. I wouldn't be surprised as long as there's no bad news over the weekend. This thing don't continue. I mean, they're really doing it as far as vaccine wise. Hopefully, that what they injecting don't start killing people. Anyway, let me pull up the cues in general. Yeah, I mean, see, it's just flattening out. You know, the blue's getting ready to go over the purple. We don't have a. We've been making a higher high, right? Higher high. But can this line, well, you see where I'm going. Hopefully we can make a higher low. Hopefully we can make a higher high. If this starts to come down before we reach that point right there, could be bearish for the most part. That's the 15 minutes. Let me pull up the 40 minute. Yeah, just looking at, we have to see how we didn't reach that higher high right here, and now it's trying. It slowed down. I didn't think we was gonna do it, but now it's starting to make some movement to the upside. This is the minute chart going into the close. I mean, we're closing in an hour and a half, and it's trying to make a run going into the weekend. That's kind of positive, but you know, like I said, I was listening to the news. Whew. I'm telling you, man, you listen to that news, you want to sell everything. I just don't know by listening to the news how stocks are going higher. I don't know. States wanting to reopen, and they fight, and it's like nobody knows how to do it. They worry about people getting sick, more sick, you know, because there's really no answers to stop people from not getting sick, you know, and yet these economies, you can't have everybody just start to go bankrupt. There'll be no money for them. Meaning, the general, you know how bankruptcy usually works. You can get restructured. It'd just be nothing. You know, if everybody goes bankrupt at the same time, that's it. I think America's done. You know, normally we helping, you know, but imagine everybody doing it at the same time. After we already gave out trillions of dollars. I think that's what worries me, you know, because I don't know. I'm just ranting. I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway, you said earnings also, except for the very few. Earnings also, except for the very. I don't know what you're talking about, Trucker 202. Earnings also, except for the very few. I think I said something and you kind of jumped in on there. Oh, unfortunately, hopefully you ain't driving. Unfortunately, you gotta kind of give me a little more detail. But I like this pattern. It's really went up. It's consolidating, kind of like this number here. Even though here I thought we was going down. I thought we was done. But that was kind of a bear flag going bull flag going sideways, like, right? And the same thing is happening now. So right, so can I draw that up? Same thing. But can we go? Yeah, I think this one's even stronger than this one. So let's see what happens. We're up 1.1% right now on the Qs. That's good. Look at it's crossing over the stochastic. I really like this part of this indicator right here. No earnings to go off of. Gotcha. Yeah. Next week though. Next week is you know, we got Amazon is going to report. I have a feeling with Amazon, oh, look at that. It's flagging. It's consolidating. I have a feeling Amazon could really blow it out the water. Only thing that doesn't have me in it. Remember, I was wanting to get in it over here, and I just thought it ran away from me. It's not even pulling back. I just have a feeling they could really crush it. But yeah, I just have that feeling. I'm afraid of the stock right now. It's too toppy. Look at it, it's hanging out, waiting for earnings. It's gonna stay up there, waiting. I would sell put spread, but they report next week. Like I said, that value, nothing would happen because it's waiting. It'll be waiting for earnings. It just seems like, what? Can they really go up to here? You know, and that's what makes me think. I don't think so. This run was incredible, but their business plan is basically it's basically built for the current environment, and that's why I started thinking that down here. I was like, wait, I was like, I'm going to buy some long-term calls. It's going to cost me a fortune, but I'm going to do it. And I missed it. Let me see if my calls I had, was going to cost me $2,400. And it was right here. Actually, it's still showing the same price. Why is that? Well, maybe it's not too late to get in. See, these things didn't even change in value. I think it was more like 21. It didn't change in value that much, and that's because it's way out there. But anyway, yeah, let's see what happens. When did they report? This got moved. It was this week, and they moved it back. 4:30. When is that? Thursday? They report on Thursday. This could, I don't know if it's going to move the markets because not everybody has the business plan like Amazon. Microsoft is looks like they're on Wednesday, right? So all these big stocks report. This is Adobe reported already? Okay, they late. Look at that. See, everybody's flagging. Like, they're just waiting. I just can't see us making a run for the highs. I can't see. That's what it's showing here. If you look at, you can see the consolidation, right? And generally, it's like, look, it's like a cup and handle. You see that? And this is the handle forming. If this were to play out like a cup and handle, the breakout above this baseline will be this distance right here, right? So that distance right here puts us to that distance right there, which is basically a new high. And I just can't see us making plays for new highs. But Adobe is that they do have a business plan. This is something that people's going to be using. They can use at home. They don't, so it's perfect actually. Maybe I need to make a play in there. But yeah, looking good. Looking good. That's the daily. Let's look at the weekly, right? Look at the crossover. The weekly's looking pretty strong. I like the candle going into the end of the day. It would be nice if that can turn green. It has to get to 340. That's $1. It has to go another $1 for that to turn green. And look at the monthly. Where's the buy points? Right here. Shoot. Looking at the monthly, of course, right there. It's a real tank, and right here, and and maybe it makes another run to up here, like 3, whatever. I don't like the stochastic on this chart though. All right, so yeah, it's just to think like that. That's why you got to do this. Trucker 202, Amazon will crush. Yeah, they're gonna crush, but that's the thing. Just because they crushed, which way does the stock move? Did it move already? Was that the move for the crushing? I mean, Amazon moved, what was that, 400 points? It went, that big ass $1 trillion stock moved 20%. So that might have been the move. And that's what makes me so, it might not do anything. From this date to, I got the wrong thing on again. From this date to, let's say that high, that was 30%. This $1 trillion stock, I think it was $1 trillion, right around a little bit above the 2000 mark, moved 30.5% in 9 days. So once it crushes, I think that might have been the move. Once it crushes earnings and lets everybody know it crushed, does it go up another 10, 20, 30%? That's the part I don't know. Some of these stocks moved the expected earnings before the earnings, so it might just do nothing. It might still do this. It might just go up a little bit and then everybody takes profits and then it goes down. Remember that they don't make most of their money from the retail side. Like, it's that Amazon Web Services. That's where that's the money part of it. But they did they have any supply chain disruptions? So we know they sold a lot, but I don't know. But yeah, they're gonna do well. They're gonna do well. But I don't know. Something just tells me that was the move, because that move is incredible. Walmart, almost the same thing. Let me see. if we start here, the 8th, Walmart moved 12% in 11 days. I think this one, I don't know about Walmart kind of continuing, but they come out with earnings. Well, they got a dividend coming out. They coming out with earnings. Looks like, well, it's not drawing, but it looks like around May 18th. And we'll see. We'll see what happens. I want it in the stock. I want Walmart for my total long-term portfolio. I mean, Walmart's not going anywhere, right? I mean, and it's just funny. Well, not funny, but we've seen Amazon, and here's Walmart, right? Just crushing it. And this is not just all food. Walmart don't make a bunch of money from their food side. But when 20 million people, is it 20 million, the worst since the Great Depression? Not the Great Recession. Is it recession? Anyway, you know what I'm saying. I think recession, since 2008. All them people don't have money. But the stocks, all of these the retail side is really, shows that everybody does have money. They was spending up a storm. I know if I lose my job, my spending is officially cut. Toilet paper and no toilet paper, I got to find a new way to wipe my ass. Okay, so that's the way I feel. I don't care if I'm getting a government check or not, like unemployment. I just find that, me and Deborah was talking about that today. Target, they came out with earnings. I don't think people liked it. What did they come out with? I thought they was talking about earnings. They must have came out with something. But Target, which doesn't have a big grocery side, how come they're not, doing is it groceries really doing all that movement to where the groceries, the margins are so thin. Is it groceries can take your thing up to all-time high? I mean, Target has some groceries. I mean, so should we get into Target right now? Is it for the catch-up trade? Cost, which is Costco, is that sitting at an all-time high for the most part. But you get my point. So is all the money going to Walmart and Amazon? None to Costco and Target and, people buying stuff they don't need. Look at Best Buy even. It's way down here. But remember, Best Buy is a store that nobody needs anything out of there. Okay? Everything in there is discretionary. Yeah, so that's Best Buy. They still open and doing the street thing, and this stock really should be a lot lower. I mean, I don't know. Maybe we're getting to an age where we need our tablet, we need the desktop, we need the laptop, we need the cords, we need the TVs. Maybe it's a staple. Maybe it's moving from consumer discretionary to staples. Who knows? Because we'll die without these things, That's just think about it. But personally, when I don't really use Best Buy. I buy all my stuff off of Amazon. And there you have it. Maybe that's showing everybody else does too. But this is a huge breakout. I do think we go higher. I'm just not sure it's next week. That sums that up. I have a feeling we flag a little longer and then maybe trail higher. It might do one of those, for a stock to be so huge, I just can't see it just getting out of control like that. It'd be like a penny stock. I mean, penny stock moving 30% in 8 days, Anyway, that was a rant. Jason, Minnesota Frost, Dre, longtime watcher from Minnesota. Hope you and Miss Dre are well. Yeah, we doing good. We doing real good. Target is a Minnesota company and a huge grocery. Really? So they got the bigger grocery side up in Minnesota? Because, down here they got a few aisles and then a lot of candy and all that stuff. Not a lot of dairy. Just a few little things, And I think down here, I don't think people say, I want to go shopping. Let's go to Target to get those things. Matter of fact, where I live, it's Kroger. Let's see what Kroger's doing. Yeah, look at Kroger. I like Kroger. I think Warren Buffett got into it. Yields almost 2%. This was a stock. I'm not a grocer type wanting to hold, but I like Kroger. It's a stock that Kroger has the best technology, I think, in all of the shopping. It's the app is amazing. What they're doing, they're a leader in that whole, you know, order online and they come out to your car and put it in there, and so I think they're a leader in their business, even though they playing in the pool of the thin margins. I think they find a way. They know what you want as a consumer with the tag. They really lead in that whole, what's your rewards card and all that stuff, the gas and all that stuff. By the way, the gas thing is a ripoff. You 3 cents get up to $1 off. To get up to $1, you have to spend $1,000 in groceries. Okay, $1,000 in groceries will get you $1 off. That's the max. Most of us will probably get 13 gallons. $1 off at 13 gallons is $13. So basically, spend $1,000 and they're going to give you $13. 13 divided by 1,000 is 1%. That's what they save you if you spend $1,000. Just want to throw that out there. A lot of people go crazy trying to get those points for gas, but it's a rip. Anyway, okay. Walmart, Target, Club, food. Walmart, Target, Club, food. All these. Okay, Costco and Sam's Club. Y'all, we don't have those. We don't have a big super Target. Dre, is that Walmart stock with Sam? Yeah, because Walmart and Sam's are the same, so that's part of it. Damn, Walmart just looks really good on the monthly. We coming into the end of the month. That is a real good monthly candle, especially if you can close on the higher end right there. That means it's going a lot higher. It finally broke out. Well, kind of. But, Walmart, for the most part, you didn't get rich off of it. You're starting to get rich off of it. So you see what I mean? This wasn't a stock that necessarily get you rich, but it, good gains, good dividends, and now it's starting to really move. But I don't know. You said I get 10 cents off a gallon at Holiday. Was paying $1.09 a gallon last fill up. I paid 74 cents. I did have the dollar. Now what I do to get $1, because I just don't go there to try to buy a lot of food to get $1. I use those receipts and I get online. You know how it says it gives you 50 points if you fill this out. I do that all the time. And when you have the gift cards are ×4 for points, right? So anytime I see that, if I get like $100 Amazon card, $50, $20. I always get Amazon gift cards, so I take advantage of that all the time. I get give me $100, throw it on the account, because I'm always buying something from Amazon. So it's gonna go in there. I'm eventually gonna use it. It's not like I'm gonna use it now. So that's how I get my dollars. I kind of use those ×4 points, and I use those fuel. I fill out those things online, and hopefully you win something. By the way, I did win something. I won like 500 points. I went to, I fill those things out, and then I went and I bought something, a couple of things, and then the register was like, you won something, congratulations, we added 500 points to your card. I was like, all right, you know what I mean? So I did win on something like that, so that was good. Sometimes you can use Holiday and okay, yeah. But anyway, that's my take on things. And Jason, thanks for checking in. You said you watched me a while. I think this is your first time commenting. I like your name, Minnesota Frost. Hold on, what is that? Earnings 5. Oh, okay. Yeah, Walmart part May 19th. So we'll see what they do. And we'll see what Tesla. I have no idea what Tesla's going to do. I was even thinking like, okay, you can't really go to the car lots and buy a car. They're closed. A lot of them is closed in the socials. Yeah, so Tesla, you buy them online, right? I believe you go online and you could do the whole thing because they closed a lot of their dealerships. So does that put them in a spot to sell more cars for people that can get that? Because their cars are really not that expensive. does that put them in the driver's seat? Are they like did that help them out? People's like, you know what? Let me look at Tesla. Let me see what they, they get online and changes their mind. Just something to think about. You watched way back in the. Oh, all right, man. I appreciate you watching me because I'm all over the place. This guy just gave me a comment and said, I'm a little too old. I need to stop switching jobs. And I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. I've been a truck driver for 20 years. By the way, I still a truck driver. That's what I do for a living. One day I hope to make trading my living. I don't think I'll get there. I don't know. I got to be confident. Yeah, I'm going to get there. But that's what I look forward to. Maybe making trading my living. Hopefully I can get. Oh, look at it, 723. Let's see what my stock is doing. Where's my? Look at Tesla. I'm up $420. Up $420. So what's happening is what I kind of saying is coming true a little bit, So let's see. It might run. I'll be out. If this reaches this area of resistance, I'm out of there. I'll just take that and thank you, Tesla. Anyway, Tesla word of mouth. Yeah, and I want one. I live in an apartment now. I won't be able to charge it like that. So I think there's something. I think you could bring it inside. Is there something you could bring inside? I don't know. I won't be able to charge it like I want to. So I won't get one until I get a house, and I'm working on that with this trading stuff, man. I'm doing really well. I'm using every bit of that Rich Dad Poor Dad dude. What's his name? Kawasaki, something like whatever his name is. You want to buy assets with your money, right? Don't buy shit. Buy assets. And since I read that book. Well, I've always been invested in a saver, but I've been hardcore for the last 5 years or so. Okay, and I'm buying assets. If I got spare money, I'm buying assets. I don't care if it's a stock and it goes down; it's still an asset. I'm buying assets, and I'm gonna tell you something. It's working. I totally believe in that. Use your money and buy assets. Don't buy stuff that depreciates. I'm buying nothing that depreciates. Everything I buy is an asset, and I'm thinking like that, and sure enough, it's working. So I totally and I feel terrible that I botched his name, so now I gotta look it up. What the hell is his name? Robert Kiyosaki. How could I forget that? Yeah. So Robert Kiyosaki, man. Buy assets with your money. So stocks, mutual funds, houses, whatever goes up in value. Gold, okay? Silver, anything anything. Assets. Buy things that don't depreciate. Something that you could sell today for more than you bought it yesterday. And that doesn't always work with assets, but the longer you hold them, if it's a true asset, it will be higher in the future. All right, there we go. That's what works for me, man. So I'm going to get a house. I have big plans. And hopefully, it sucks that the market is doing, because the market's my big plans. I need the market to work like it normally does. Even though we're kind of going up now, I don't believe in any of this move. I don't believe in it. That's what's making it so hard to trade. I just think until there's a vaccine, and you see these companies saying vaccine is 12 months away. What is it? 12, 18 months. That INO and they're a leader. J&J's got something out there. Until that happens, I think that's the only way we're going to get some normalcy, back to normal with the markets. You got new companies emerging, all these stay-at-home type companies. Let's see, was it DocuSign, DOCU, I think? Look at that. Oh, man, that's going a lot higher. Look at that. Look at the consolidation right there. When do they report? I don't really have it on there. But, it came up. See, I think Amazon, by the way, this is a good chart for us. See, I drew my little head and shoulders. We was just talking about Amazon, right? You see how it came up and then sideways. I think that's what Amazon's going to give us. I think it's going to give us one of these, right? And then go up. right? So something like this, and see this little drop down. Maybe that's what happens on earnings, a quick bounce back, whatever. And then I think we go higher, but we'll see. But this stock has higher written all over it. Let me look at the daily. Yeah, the week. Yeah, this stock is going a lot higher. What's anybody know one of them other stocks, stay-at-home type stocks? It's a Netflix. I never was a fan of Netflix. I was down today. Look at that. See, look at Netflix. Same thing, right? It broke out. Look how it wants to just kind of give it back. Look, just wants to chill. The market's up today. What are we up now? 176 points. And Netflix is kind of like done. It had its earnings. It had its moment. Now it's like, it's just going to take a breather. I think it's just going to go sideways, you know. It was a great earnings, you know. And, yeah, people love the Netflix. What's another one of them stay-at-home stocks? Poor Disney. Do you know that everything that Disney does is out? You know, there's no sports, there's no cruises, there's no parks, there's no movie productions. There's this big ass company that has nothing going on really about now. They got the networks, but you know, what are they showing? This is when we come back, I think this is going to be the ultimate stock to get into because all of these switches are going to be turned on, right? And I don't know how fast they're going to come on, but when they start turning on them switches, it's not going to happen tomorrow, but years from now, they're going to be in full. This company is amazing. They're a leader in everything they do. And masters of making something and then marketing to use for something else of their business, right? Make a movie. What's that thing with the guy with the wand? What's his name? Yo, the magical dude. Anyway, all right. Gosh, I can't think of it. Toy Story. Let's use Toy Story. Pixar, because they own that. Make a movie. Market the hell out of it at the parks, make people want to go, make rides, and then sell shirts off of it. And then, you know, it's not just, it never stops at the movie theater. You know, so they got that, the DVDs, the marketing, the rides at the park, and they milk all of that the money you could possibly get out of a movie. And that's why it was amazing when they bought Star Wars. I was like, why are they buying Star Wars? Way back in 2000. I see why, man. They're just making they can use these things to just keep milking money out of a storyline. I don't think the movies are that great, but it's working. Everything that they do, it never stops. It's just like a ecosystem of profits, you know. So that's what I like about Disney. They're actually hanging in there at 100. I thought it was a great buy at 90, but watch out for them. I mean, it was at 150. They basically lost. Shit. What does that say? They lost 48. Yeah, they down 48%. You know, so just keep an eye on that. I don't know if they're gonna cut the dividends. 1.74, but it'll come back if they cut it. It'll come back. I already have a lot of Disney, so I think it's like the second position in my portfolio. Excuse me, YMCA stock. Any good? I don't never even heard of it, except for I know it's a place you work out. What the hell is YMCA? I don't know what you're talking about, Minnesota. Cashmatic. Yeah, all the kids love that. I didn't even see you jump in there. You gonna buy Disney at 40? You think it's gonna go to 40? Really? Beyond. You know, I'll talk about Beyond, and you see I got my little line here. Now, I did see, what's that dude's video? Cashmatic, you check him out. I see you up in there. Can't think of his name at the moment. He's bearish on Beyond. And I'm actually the other way around. I'm not necessarily looking at their fundamentals and stuff. I really feel you got to go like this with the stock, and I'm just looking at technicals. And this is the weekly chart. And just you tell me. Look at it. We're about to close. It's up 10% today. It reports next week on May 5th. Is that next week? No. It reports in 2 weeks. About 10 days. This is a weekly chart right here. It's pretty. It's going to close. We're only an hour away. Most likely it's going to close like that, maybe even higher. That's really bullish. We're closing above the trend line. If we can get another weekly close, like if next week weekly closes above that, I think it's almost like it's going up deal, because this could be flukish. But with that size of a candle, and look at the volume, it's almost like people know something. It's like it means something. It means something significant. Okay, so, and it's coming off the bottom. So I like this stock actually going into earnings. So yeah, no disrespect to the other guy. I like him too. I watch that dude. He's cool. But I just feel like I like the other side of the trade on that one. I don't, I think he was talking about, what is it? I don't even know. Not the fro. I don't know what I can't even remember. But yeah, not looking at any fundamentals of what's going on. I don't know. All I'm looking at is these candlesticks right here. That's it. And I like it to go kind of higher. Anyway, market summary, Hormel Foods. HRL. Ooh, what the hell happened today? Is it that tight is Hormel? Is it because of those? That's Tyson and Smithfield Foods, the meat plant shutting down, and the coronavirus all up in those plants. I don't know. So maybe that has something to do with that candle right there. That's the weekly. Yeah, maybe that. I think that news came out a couple days ago with these meat plants, and I know they do the meat. Don't they do Spam too? I don't know, but I think it has something to do with that. But I don't know what's going on there. Just look at 2% dividend. Not a fan of it. Even if it didn't do that, this stock just doesn't move enough for me. Well, I'll take that back. I'll take that back. It's not bad since it's not bad. It really started to get airborne right around the 12th of 2012. It's up 223% in 8 years. So yeah, I'll take that back. But I don't know. I don't know what's going on there. But that's a yes. Remember, I'm just looking at these charts. You know what I'm saying. But I did hear something about the meat and stuff. And what's Tyson? TSN? TY? Oh, I got that right. Yeah, you see what's happening with Tyson, down 3% today. So something made me think. Are these guys? Is this 19 thing in the meat, and they just not telling us? And it kind of, that's how it's getting all the employees. So the thing is coming down the chain, right? And everybody's chopping off. You taking your little parts, and it's going down there. Is it in the meat? I mean, we're meat. It sticks to us. So I don't know. But so just make sure you cook your meat really good, okay? Anyway, but we should be good. There's all kinds of bacteria in meat, but that's why we gotta cook it really good. Anyway, you said, yeah, Spam, yes, classic Minnesota meat. You was thinking. So I have big plans too. Oh yeah, that's life like I, my babes. She has big plans. Yep, she's doing the Fabulous Five. She's selling paparazzi jewelry. She's an independent consultant, doing well, and she just got her first. It's a multi-level marketing type of business, even though it's not that MLM where the product sucks and they just concentrate on the marketing, the selling more people. The product is actually good stuff, and people want that product. Getting people under you almost comes secondary, and she got somebody under her today. So there's congratulations to her. Somebody wanted to go to sign up to be a consultant, and so how MLMs work. If you sell and whoever they make money and that whole chain thing. So she's making good money on the jewelry side. Now she can make a little bit extra money from, her chain. What do they call her? The downline. But DeborahsFab5.com. You can buy jewelry from there, or the website is what I always mess up, babe. Deborah's Fab 5 on Facebook. And have your wives, your girlfriends check her out. She's live every day. I can't even do that. And she's showing all her jewelry stuff. Yep. Anyway, you told somebody COVID-19 is in the meat because COVID-19 been around. Interesting. Yeah. And you know what? They're just not saying it. It makes them think. I'm like, how are the meat plants all of a sudden are just becoming these infectious, these how is it happening? So they're just not saying the link. Well, the link is obvious. It's in the meat, or I don't know, man. I don't know. I really feel that the media is not telling us a lot, and we really got to take pieces of information and put the clues together. My phone is going off. I think trades are popping off when it goes doo-doo-doo. Heat wave hits lockdown. Downtown Los Angeles is soaring towards record something heat, I guess. No trades. Actually, wait a minute. I did have a trade pop off. Yeah, on Tastyworks. I like my trades coming off for profits on Fridays at the end of the week. Yeah, that way I'm not kind of long over the weekend or whatever. So, yeah, that's it. What's up? But now the virus is more stronger. Right. Jason, Minnesota. But even with the swine flu and the bird flu and Ebola and the meat, companies were hurting outbreaks. And Ebola, the meat companies were hurting. I don't know what you mean by they were hurting outbreaks. I don't know. I see what you're saying, but I don't understand what you're trying to say. They were having outbreaks. The meat companies. Yeah. So I don't know. It's got to be something with the meat. That's one thing I can think of. I mean, I don't know. So why don't they don't say, because they don't want us to just stop eating meats, I think even though we're in panic kind of situations, they say things to not panic us. Sometimes they have to say it because it just is what it is. They got to panic us, but they still try their best not to panic us. And that's what, because they don't want panic, just my thing. Tyson. But I think these are, these are probably buys once it settles down. I mean, Tyson, these are the meat companies. Smithfield, I used to trade that all the time. I don't know what it is. I'm going to have to type it in. Smithfield Foods, is it SFF? I don't know. I'm going to have to pull it up on Google. Smithfield Foods. The first thing I see is let me slide it over here. Smithfield Field workers said they're not allowed to cover mouths and sneeze. Oh my God. Okay, they sued over working conditions in Missouri. Smithfield Foods sued over Missouri plant conditions. Oh man. All right, SFD. So here's the meat, right? And they doing their thing. Achoo! Oh, see, why did I even pull that up? Look at that. They kicking butt, right? I should have said they kicking ass. I said, but I mean, this video is already unmonetized. What the hell's gonna happen? All right. I think, video is going to be over because I can't do anything. Maybe that's not the stock. Hold on. All right, I don't know. It's not coming up. I don't know. Maybe that's. I don't know what Smithfield's Food is. Smithfield's Food, FSD, FFDE. Whatever. Yeah, I don't know, man. I think that's maybe they sold it or something. I don't know. Merger. All right, so I gotta go ahead. If you have any comments or something, I'll go ahead and say whatever. Isn't that crazy, Cash? They're not allowed to cover their mouths. Oh man, I wonder why everybody's sick. That could be why. So it might not be in the meat, but if people are sick there and they just totally at you, right? And that is just filling the plant up, going through the AC and coming out, and just maybe that's why. That's probably what's going on then. Maybe it's not the meat. Oh, I gotta have to read that story on my off time. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and end this video. I'm gonna end it with Tesla. Let's see, 222. Yeah, I'm up 322 today. See, I should just sell it. I'm going for the pop one Monday. I hate looking at a $300 profit and going and don't take it. And then tomorrow, come Monday, I'm down 1,000. I could have been up 300. But no, that the whole plan was to kind of see if it pops for earnings. So that's what I'm gonna go ahead and do with that trade. I'm gonna play it out, see if we can get up to this area, and then I'm gonna sell out. All right, so what you got on Tesla? I sold. Okay, you missed the beginning of the video. I bought a call on it. Remember, I was liking Tesla. I got blown out right here. I'll talk about it real quick again, because you always in my videos, Cash Man. No, I got a straight up call, man. I got blown out right here, right? I was really bullish here, thinking it was gonna bust through. It didn't. It did this. It went down 75 points. Came up here. I sold out of my positions right here. I just was like, oh well. This was a lot of pain right here, Cashmatic. That was a lot of pain. I'm still in pain because it made me realize how long I was. I was too long. I didn't even think I was that long until it was here. And I was like, oh man, I was long. So we've been inching up. You know, it hasn't been going as fast as the market was going up, but I'm still kind of bullish in the position because if you pull up the weekly, see I drew it, right? Well, pull up the daily. See, I got it drawn right here. That's like a bull flag happening, and I'm waiting for that next pop. I think we can get it before earnings, right? I think it may run in. First of all, I'm thinking Tesla's going to be like the next Amazon, just go ballistic any minute now. Maybe it's going to wait for earnings to do that, maybe before earnings. That's kind of been my call. I thought it was going to happen last week, but it didn't. But it's still consolidating, and it's still got a bull flag kind of pattern. Maybe you can even do the stick like that even. So I'm waiting for that next pop up. I decided, you know what, earnings is next week. Let me go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and buy a call. I don't usually do this. I said I don't buy calls like that, but I did. Right here, I bought the 715. At the time, that was out of the money. And I'll just ride it into earnings. I shouldn't lose that much in theta, which the trade is telling me I'm going to lose $300 in theta. I'm not sure if that's true because the earnings is next week. But we'll find out. If Monday I'm down like $900, I would lost $300 in theta. But so I'm guessing that it's going to run into earnings a little bit because people don't want to miss out. And I'm going to try to play that move. I'm bullish on this because I'm really liking that pattern. I hate what happened a couple of days ago, but it kind of recovered from that. And it's up 2.46% today, right? The Qs is up 1.16, so it's showing some more relative strength. So I just like it. Straight up call. One call. Zoom, that's the other stock I want to pull up. Yeah. You should do a pay for trade Zoom class for people like me to help people get started. You know, I'm all free. I always brag that I don't got nothing to sell you. I'm just the dude that trades. I'm a truck driver, by the way. I drive trucks for the post office, and before that, Schneider. But I always trade, and I like trading. I decide to share my trades. I always say I suck. I have losing trades. That Tesla trade, I lost $5,000 on it. So I have losing trades. I'm not afraid. I just don't want people to necessarily follow me, or I do, but I don't have all the answers. That's kind of a way to put it. I know a lot of people market themselves, hey, follow me, I got the answers, this is happening, boom, boom, bam, boom, and they're the greatest. Oh, look, I'm $1,000 today. I made, I'm not that guy. So I'm the opposite of that guy. I'm just a guy that's finally decided to make YouTube videos of some of the trades and what I'm thinking, mostly what I'm thinking, because the things I talk about, I don't necessarily have trades on. So, just what I'm thinking. And it's been making my trading more successful because I'm actually talking, I'm physically talking the trade out, or talking what I think the market's going to do, talking it out. You ever see, like, you write it down and it comes true? Like, I'm talking it, so it's making more sense to me, making me do something and not do something. So that's been working. And then I started a quick series, which I need to make more videos on how to get. So I don't know. I might go there, like, hey man, this is how I do it, kind of thing, So, but then I say to myself, you could lose money, So I don't know. The people that do it, they act like they got the. Let me tell you something, man. If I can sit here and extract a couple thousand from the market every day, or hundreds every day, or the stuff that they're saying they can do, I would not be sitting on here making YouTube videos at all. Okay, I won't be sitting here trying to construct a book, trying to do this. I will be just sitting here trading and then going to the beach. Okay, so you see what I mean? There's a lot of people, I think they're contradicting themselves on what they really trading, and that's why I show you my numbers. I put them out there in YouTube stories, and like I just showed you my positions right now. How come nobody does that? There's a very few. It'll be edited, a little crop, and you just see that one part. I showed you the whole screen. I don't want you to really know my account balance, but other than that, I mean, there it is, man. There's all the trades. I'm in IYR, it's up $23. I'm at SPX. I sold some put spread. See, this one popped off as a this SPX trade. Sold the 23.24. I sold the 2400s, bought the 2300s. That made profit today. That's sold out. I'm still in the 2400 to the 2330. Total for the position is up $300. Is that if I minute? And I think I'm trying to get a little bit more profit on that. If you look right here, the working orders, you can see I'm trying to get out of that one at $4.60. And then the Iron Condor for the IYR, I'm trying to get out at 88 cents right here. Okay, so the SPY, I bought 9 of those. I bought 9 call spreads. I was bullish. I bought the 225. No. I sold the 235. I had a call spread on yesterday. I sold. That went out for a profit. This one I sold the 235 to 225 on the SPYs, right? So that was May 20th, way out there. Yeah, this one. I sold I was way out of the money. I sold I was way out here. So, but I put them on and it was deeper in the money. So, right, they cashed out for a profit. And then now I'm in the Tesla, right? I bought one call. It's up 515. You're just watching me make money today. When I started this video, I was down like $135 or something. Hoping for the run in this until earnings. So, see, I talked it out. It's working, but this stock kicked my ass last week. But anyway, so what was I saying? Yeah, people just not honest, faithful, Dre's Masterclass. Well, I guess that means you'll be one of the first to get in there. Is this? I just trade options. I have 3 portfolios. If you ever watch my YouTube stories, I say I got 1, 2. Actually, I have 4 portfolios. I only show y'all 3. Just recently, I showed a 4th one. And the reason why I have so many, because one is a traditional IRA. I trade my retirements, okay? One's a traditional IRA, and it's just a portion of it. One's a traditional IRA, one's a Roth IRA, and actually one is a regular trading account where I get taxed normally. The other is portfolio, straight up stocks. No, I don't trade it. I just buy. It's a buy and hold portfolio, and that's doing really well. And so what I'll do is use some of these. Right, this is say an IRA, and I would get some profits like here. Say I'm up. All right, I'm up 1,100 for the day right here, 1169. Right, I did no trading, and that's another thing. Trading sucks, damn, this needs to be another video, man. All right, I'm not sitting here, I got to look at this, and I got all these windows open, and nah, man, look how much money I'm making. I ain't do shit. You see what I'm saying? So to me, swing trading, where you just put the trade and just let it happen, is where it's at. I ain't do nothing. Matter of fact, it just closed out. I bought Tesla today. That's half the profits right there. Just one call. I'm not watching it. I'm not trying to see it hit this support, this resistance, and man, you go crazy doing that stuff. So what was I getting at? Okay. So I'm up. See, 1,200. So I would typically say, okay, I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna buy $1,200 worth of stock, and then boom, throw it in the buy and hold portfolio. That's what I've been doing. So I've been trading a little bit of portion, getting this money, and then kind of maybe buying stocks for the buy and hold. My goal for that, remember I was talking about buying assets? I've been really focusing on with these press stocks is these dividend stocks, man. They like gold, and especially if they're even going to pay a dividend later. So if you could get into retirement, and let's say, I don't know how much money I'm going to have, but let's say all of my dividend stocks are paying $500 a month. That's good, right? Now I get my Social Security, I'm getting my retirement from my job, and a $500 a month check from my dividends, and and I'm trying to retire. So that's my plan. See, I just put my plan out there for you guys, and that's why I'm focusing on assets. And I'm 51 years old, so I know I look young, but I'm focusing on my game plan for retirement. Just think, in 8 years I could actually pull from my IRA with no penalty. So that's coming up quick. But that's my plan. So hopefully it works, and that's what I'm concentrating on. And I decided to get on YouTube to make these videos if you notice my photography videos and my truck, I expose a lot of BS that was going on that other people do. Not necessarily calling anybody out, but just doing the opposite of what other people do. So I'm not sitting here saying, hey, watch me turn 10,000 to 1 million. And, I'm not doing one of those things. I'm just trading, and I'm trying to think. I'm just trying to be me. And then I just noticed that what other people do, they just don't show you their profits, man. So I'm showing you my portfolio. I'm showing you there. If this was losses, I would sure show you. But I got to admit to you, man, it's hard to show you losses because I'm down, man. I'm pissed. I'm like that day of the Tesla, I didn't even think I made a video. I wanted to, but no, I think I did make a video. But I was like, man, can't believe that. I still can't believe it thinking about it, because my portfolio be up so much. That was a big hit in my portfolio, that little move. Anyway, so you see, so basically I don't want you guys to take that hit because it's a huge hit. You know what I mean? And because it happens. It happens. I'm going to go over that video real quick. I'm going to show you, where is it at? Where's that? This Tesla? Right there, right here, right? This was the day. Market opened down hundreds of points. It went up to 750. I thought I was good. I started eating breakfast or something. Next thing you know, it was 714. I was like, what the hell happened? Right? And then I decided to go home, 5-minute drive home. I wasn't home. And when I get here, I'm like, well, 673. I was like, so it went from that, it went down like 775 points. So I was like, oh my gosh, I had no idea that was going to happen. None. That was a killer. And sure enough, I got out here. Today my options would expire today, and they sure would have been in the money. I wouldn't have, basically, if I didn't panic, I would have made profits and then some, but I panicked. That's why sometimes you can't panic. But I panicked. If I did nothing, the trade would have been profitable. I was selling the 700s and everything below 700. So I got out here, and look, since I got out, it's kind of been, actually it's been flat, and then lately it's been kind of doing this. So then I decided to get back in because I'm like, you know what, maybe this thing is, it's still kind of bullish. So let's see what happens. There's a rant for you. Oh, shoot. Jason, thank you, Mr. Minnesota Frost. I got $5. I appreciate that, man. I'm sorry, I didn't even see you when you did it, man. Appreciate that a lot. That's like, I didn't think somebody will actually pay me to make a YouTube video. Thanks, man. Appreciate that. I feel like a big timer now. Oh, man, that's awesome. Anyway, so swing trade options. Yeah, that's what I do, Cashmatic. You buy and hold in an IRA. Both. I buy and hold. Well, you got the Roth IRA or traditional IRA. I have both of them. I want to get rid of my traditional and turn it to a Roth, but there's some money in it. I don't want to pay you have to pay the taxes on that, right? So I'm just going to that's why I just trade it. I'm not going to convert it. I don't feel like turning that into a Roth and then paying the taxes on that portfolio. No, so I'm not doing that. So I'll just trade it. And I put no new money into it, because if you do, it'll be tax free. But no, I put money into it taxed, and then I'm trying to think. I put money into it taxed, and then it'd be tax free. I need to make a video on that. That's the way you want to trade in these in a Roth, straight up. Period. Done. Okay. It's tax free. This needs to be its own video. If I put $10,000 in and pay taxes on that, and I'm in a 28% tax bracket, what is that going to be? $2,800. If I'm able to turn $10,000 into $1 million, that will be $2,800. I paid the taxes on that. Now I'm pulling out $1 million tax free. If you do it in a traditional, you put $10,000 into an account, into a traditional IRA, you don't pay taxes on that, right? So you saved yourself $2,800. If you turn that $10,000 into $1 million, guess what? You're going to be paying taxes on $1 million. You know what that's going to be? $280,000. Okay, so there. It's that simple. Trade in a Roth, a tax protected account like the Roth, where you pay the taxes now because you plan on growing it, right? So therefore, why pull it out and pay even more taxes? Pay no taxes. If you plan on using the money right now, like I'm gonna trade and I'm gonna use it in 5 years because I want to buy a house, or even though there's provisions in Roth IRAs to do that. I don't know them all. I'm not a tax person, but then trade in a regular taxed account or whatever. I get it in that kind of situation, but I don't plan on pulling out the money until at least whatever. So therefore, I'm trading and I'm making it tax free. It's all my profits is tax free, So as long as I don't take it out, well, if you take it out before 59.5, you pay 10% penalty. So even that's cheaper than actually I think you might have to pay taxes on that, because you took it out before 50. I don't know, besides the penalty. Yeah, you might. I'm not a tax dude, but I do know that part. Let's trade tax free. Let's pay taxes on $10,000 and not $1 million. Okay, because that's crazy right there. Anyway, that's the guy who ran against President Bush. Okay, you buy and hold an IRA. Okay, lease a truck and go broke. Hey, I did that. I don't think that's a broke strategy. I made good money on when I even leased the SFI truck, Schneider. But you know what? I had no incidences. It was no breakdowns, no accidents, and also it was a booming economy as well. That's when everybody was getting out, running the spot market, making all that money. So I made good money on that. That's cyclical. Trucking is cyclical, man. It goes. It's an, it's an up and down kind of things. So you got to be careful. I just knew it wasn't sustainable because I knew if something went wrong, I would be broke, and that's why I got out when the post office called. I thought that was a better opportunity. Anyway, you need to run. Thanks. Okay, I need to run too. You ended it, Jason, and I really appreciate the $5, man. I need to go. So I was ranting. And I do this every day. I try to. So hit the bell, and then you'll know when I go on live. It's usually sometime in the afternoon. And that's how I do it. Wish me luck in my Tesla. And let's see what happens next week if I'm right. I'm looking for that run into the earnings. After the I do think it's one time or another it will do an Amazon-type run back up to those highs. It probably depends on earnings. This earnings might kick that off. But I don't know. With the economy and everything you're hearing on the news, it just seems like it can't happen. So I think we still kind of go higher. But what you hear on the news, it seems like we go lower. So I'm kind of like that, right? And thank you. Man, I appreciate the positive comments coming from all you guys, man. Thanks. I appreciate that. That helps me help you. Helps me, gives me motivation to make videos. A lot of times I don't want to make a video because I'm just... don't feel like making a video. They don't care. My videos only get 40 views anyway, so I ain't missing nothing. So I appreciate, man, those people that want to watch. Anyway, need to run. All right, y'all. See you later. I'm Dre. I'm on Dre Trades. I'm on Instagram as Dre Trades. I'm on Twitter as Dre Trades. And I'm on YouTube right here. You already know that because you're watching me. This is Dre. And I hope your trading does well. Hope you trade well. Let me see what the market's doing real quick. 203 points the Dow was up. We was up 40 points. And the S&P's up 32 points, 1.15%. So thanks for watching, everyone. I appreciate you. Catch me maybe this weekend or next week and all that. See y'all. Peace.